Yo, check me out, I'm elderb. It is saturDayZ, playing DayZ on Vanilla Chernarus. You usually be getting back into Deadfall since we broke our leg. We have that to deal with eventually. But was chatting with folks on Reddit, and to my own volition, I had said since the PS Plus, not sale, it's available for free on PS Plus. I don't know if that's still going on. I think it's for the month. I haven't had PS Plus in a little bit. But since there's so many new players coming through, that I would do some fresh spawn, fresh lives in Vanilla Chernarus. I usually don't play vanilla, I guess. The modded servers I play are technically harder than vanilla, I guess. It's not bragging, that's just what it is. They have less loot and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm going to do a vanilla playthrough today, vanilla run, see what we do. We'll keep going until the end of the session, probably about 2 hours worth as scheduled. See how far we can get. If we get some folks that come through, I'll be chatting along with kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I don't know, I'm not particularly good at the game, but with 210-ish hours, I think as of this session, you kind of remember a little more on the things that you didn't know when you started a game versus somebody with 3,000 hours trying to tell you the little stuff, and they've forgotten, you know, what the complexities of the games are and things like that. Like, for instance, when I first started playing, the tips and tricks videos that I had read about was like, oh, if it's nighttime, which I don't know if light is coming or going. When I started here, it was darker, so I'm assuming the sun's coming up. If it's nighttime, switch servers, and if it starts raining, go inside and stay there. And it's like, okay, sure, you can, but like, you don't really have to. Like, those aren't necessities. So little nonsense things like that. I'm kind of excited to play just like a straight up official vanilla server too, since I've now done that. I've used the DayZ launcher, and I had to not do that because I honestly didn't know how to find just straight official servers. So we're on an official server. It is full pop. I had to wait at a three-person queue, so it's not like busting full pop, but full is full. So ping is pretty good for me where it's at. We are in a decent position to kind of just play some DayZ. The tea of the evening is chamomile with honey and vanilla. And if you happen to see this at a later date, which I usually thank you for watching at the end of the video, but yeah, make sure to hit me up on Reddit. I'm setting up a Discord server right now, but you know, you need some viewers for people to care about Discord server. But yeah, feel free to drop me a line, ask some questions, and we'll see what I can do for you. Like I said, I'm no expert. I have the way that I play, the way that I start. I just thought that would maybe be helpful to people that don't know what's going on with what. So you may be like, oh, that's not the way I would do that, or I heard a tips video that says to do this. Not that that's invalid whatsoever. My method is not necessarily better. This is just what I do with my understanding for where my experience level is in the game. So all that blabbing aside, let's play some DayZ. So I had spawned like right here and was just kind of, there was a queue, so I wanted to make sure I spawned in on time here and we didn't blab through a queue. But somebody spawned like over that way, like right there, so I was like, okay, let me go hide in this bush while I blab my way through the intro. So okay, pretty typical stuff. Not a lot on us. I'll drop the glow stick when need be. The sun just came up, so you know, that's not really a reason. We have no reason really to keep the glow stick, but otherwise I might keep it just in case I needed it. But obviously you start with food, so the food is getting munched down immediately here. Varying thoughts on like what I'm about to do. So I spawned next to a road, so it's really easy to come track a sign down. I've got I Survive open on my iPad right next to me. Now I tend to just kind of scroll around the map on I Survive to find this. You can also just type in I Survive like NPN, and then by that point it probably would come up because it's good enough to pick up on it. But that is, as I scroll around, I find it just as fast. Prigorodka Road Key, but it's always really cheesily enough, dad joke style, I guess. Anytime I see those, it's hard not to say the goofy names in the Russian accent, but you know, goofy as it is. Okay, so the other thing you can do, obviously, is terrain associate. That's a giveaway, right? But it's not so easy on some maps. Some people will spawn in and go, I know exactly where I am. I'm obviously not to that level, and I don't care to be either. But you've got the railroad tracks here. There's the power lines over there with another set of railroad tracks. So you can dial in even further. Like, I would gather then that I'm at, like the well is that way, if I'm looking at it right. Yeah, like just past those houses there. So whether you're a scroll around on it, because here's a dirt road here, yeah, so this will literally bring us up to the well on the other side of these houses. You know, figuring out where you are at first is the best thing to do. You can amble along, right? Like, people will talk about how they don't use I Survive, and they like to just wander and pick a direction, and that's fine, absolutely. Like I said, nothing I'm gonna be blabbing on about is like the way to do it. Then I'm gonna get stuck into like, where exactly is the well? See, here it is here. Okay. Starter town, by a well, it's very likely that there's going to be nothing, right? And that's one of the complaints that people will have, like, oh, I can't find anything. And might not be the preferred method, but a lot of times, like, I'm okay checking, because you never know. Like, if you just always make the assumption that there's not going to be any stuff, helps if you go through the door. Like, if every town's going to be looted and that's how you operate, like, well, yeah, you're never going to find anything because you're not even looking. So I run around the wrong way here. But, like, starter town well, I have literally no clothes on. So if somebody kills me right now, like, you know, whatever. As I drink at the well, that's something else I'll kind of blab about my philosophy for the game. Like, it's a video game. So, you know, once again, if you're watching this at a later time and you're like, that's ridiculous, I would never do this, this is how I do things, you're gonna get killed if you do that. Like, I get it, man. Like, it's a game. People are out to kill you. They're probably going to. Like, it's fine. It looks like my mic is yelling at you, so as soon as I'm done slorshing down some water, we'll turn that down here in a second. I don't particularly like drinking without a bottle or a canteen or something, but usually that's not something you're going to acquire right away anyway, so. And it's not like, I should also preface that I don't particularly say, like, every time I spawn in I do this, but I just happened to be near the well, so there was no reason not to go to it to top off here. So there's a couple industrial areas kind of heading into Chernogorsk, and there's more than one guard shack. There's actually 3. There we go, full stomach, so that's good there. There's 3 guard shacks. If we head back this way, nope, I'm going the wrong way. So we can go into the industrial area of kind of like in between the 2 towns here. We'll check those real quick. I doubt we'll find anything. You know, here's a dead player who has been robbed of all his goods. So that's the only instance. People will say all the time when people say, oh, I don't have a knife, they'll be like, oh, just run the dirt roads. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's true, but my understanding is the stones don't even spawn on the dirt roads and train tracks and stuff unless there have been players around. So, you know, you have clear evidence right there that, yes, players have been around. So maybe that's worthwhile, right? Like, you're probably going to be successful at that point. Okay, we'll talk about some zombie fighting here. There's 2 in there, so 1 has been in that house. So I always do the heavy punch and then step forward and then give him a couple more punches. This is going to be more difficult with 2 of them here, but... And if you can stagger 1 at a time, too, that's helpful, too. So then you walk up and then I'll punch him again. I'm not doing very well at explaining and doing it, but... Okay, those went better than I thought it was going to. We will take that, and we got a knife. So, I don't think that's very representative of the usual, or your goofy hat too, the usual vanilla experience on finding a knife. I think it is a little more difficult than that. We just happen to get super lucky there. Okay, so our first piece of fruit and this pepper. we might be in a good way that food is not going to be an immediate need for a little bit. Not too long, but a little bit at least. Okay, now I'm looking too to see if that, I should have pointed out on that zombie, if the plus sign is next to the infected label. Because if there's no plus sign, you know he doesn't have anything, so there's no point in wasting time to loot him. But if the plus sign is there's another player. Okay, I don't know if this guy got zombied or if he killed himself or what. I'm not used to, I guess, seeing vanilla things, I will call them, because the you know, the other servers that I play on, netting we don't need, since they are again, not bragging, but they're technically harder, there's like less loot and things like that, you don't really see a bunch of new people, I don't think. Getting a network bit on the side there, which is kind of strange. Make sure it's looking good on your guys' side. Yeah, it still looks alright. Glow stick, someone has been chopped up. So fat you can cook and eat, so there's no reason not to hang on to that. And then when you do find this, if we didn't have a knife, you can craft bone knife out of bones. So we are going to do that just for sake, in case our other knife gets torn up, and then we can fight with one, keep the other one to actually craft stuff with. I did not intend to make more than one. There we go, drop that. Yeah, see the steak knife's already damaged, and it is better, but not a big deal. I promised you I'd turn my mic down and I didn't. Give me 1 second. Okay, hopefully now I'm not screaming in your ear as much anyway. Alright, so now my intent, like I have technically a melee weapon, but my intent now is to find like an actual melee weapon. Man, there's players all over the place. Fishing rod? What? Okay. Guys, I'm sorry, at this point I don't understand what the vanilla players can complain about. This is like the easiest start I could imagine. I don't think that's enough room, is it? No. Well, okay. It's badly damaged, but we're going to take your jumpsuit jacket there. Yeah, this is insane. I've never... Meat tenderizers garbage. We're going to leave that behind. And in that case, we'll take your fat. I don't particularly like the jacket for camouflage sake, but still being in spawn area, it's fine. But yeah, why... Dude's got a fishing rod. See there, I'm going against my own advice and checking a body when I didn't need to. That's like, you know, we're already where we could be good to go for the run here. Okay, I have lost sight of where I'm headed, where I'm going. And I don't particularly want, like, I don't care if I'm not 100% on top of the map at all times. But I do like to keep an eye on it, otherwise it just gets a little chaotic. Okay, I've run down, I've crossed the road. That's the only one that crosses the road, but there should be... That's fine. We'll run and we'll figure it out. There'll be some stuff that we can associate on the map-wise. Now, with all those players, though, I do feel like there will be... Or you'll just go in the same house you were in a second ago. There will be less likely that there's gonna be goods around, but it's okay. We'll just keep going with our plan. So I'm on the single track. Bunch of power lines. This has got to be the little bit. So the little power line, like jut out. Yeah, it's back there. Okay. Yeah, so there's generally a good amount of zombies too in the like shipping area. So we'll be mindful of that here. I don't like seek out a fight with zombies But at the same time, if they're in an area that I'm trying to go through, and I know I'm going to aggro them anyway, that's probably when I'll approach them. We already got a sweet hat, so we're good there. Yeah, but I certainly don't expect to, like, get everything I need in, like, the starter area like this. What does surprise me, though, is that none of those bodies had anything, but they would have, like, bandages on them. And that's not particularly something that people would leave if they had killed them. So, like, he's already aggroed on us. I'm not going to leave him, because I don't want a zombie running around outside. Like, for people that are outside to know exactly where I am. And then we meet him with the punch. Okay. He's a little confused. As they are. Yeah, I'll try and do 2, and then try and stun him again. And if you can get him, like, up against the wall, it's even better, because then you don't have to step forward, but... Okay, so this little industrial bit should be the guard shack. There we go. Running shoes, worst, low, they're worn, so we're gonna keep ours. Actually, we'll change them out. Everything on us is wet, but those are just cool looking shoes. Okay, so there's a couple mill tents down the way here. I always check cars because I think they get overlooked a lot. People worry about, like, oh, I don't ever stand still. And, like, sure, you might get shot, but the chances that somebody's been watching you the entire time and right when you check the car is when you're gonna get hit, like, probably not. But again, I've played with the dudes that have 3,000 hours that are like, yeah, they're like juking all around when there's, like, inside a building. Yeah, there's a good miss. It's like, okay, man, like, I get it. You don't want to die, but how much time do you spend? See, he's got the plus, more food. He's got the... how much time do you spend juking around for absolutely no reason? Like, I don't think it's saved you that many times. I saw, like, a leaf fall in there. Texture through the sun there, which looks cool, by the way. Looked like it was something coming at us. The other thing that's kind of funny is I'm not super familiar with Cherno, like, at all. It's probably one of my lesser familiar ones. I play Sakal a lot more than Chernarus. I played Livonia just like a handful of times, so more familiar with this than I am with that, but I'm definitely not one of the folks that, like, knows where things are. I'm not going to take rubber slugs. You know, they're like, oh, now we'll go north from here, and that brings us to this checkpoint. Like, I'm not that much into memorizing that stuff anyway. I've got the map, so it's a little bit of a crutch, so I don't need to do that, but that's okay. I'll use my crutch. Don't need a skirt. One of the things I'm most interested about tonight is to see kind of the differences, if any, that playing official really gives you. Okay, now I came that way. There's the docks. Where's these tents? Are they right here? No? Got the railroad tracks. There's the crossing. There should be two mill tents in the middle here somewhere. Oh, you know what? I've gone way further than I realized I did. Where's that tower? Yeah, okay. Because that tower to this dock. Those going off the left. We go... Isn't this road we came down? So I get too tied up into the map, and then I don't even know where I'm going. This is where some better knowledge would help. So I'm facing north. The road goes straight across. Doesn't really help if you're like, oh, the best thing to do is orientate yourself. And I'm like, where am I? What's going on here? I don't think we popped into this one, did we? No. It was a sewing kit? Oh my goodness, that was so disorienting. I thought it was going to go around to the door rather than be more wall. Yeah, sewing kit. And we had badly damaged stuff, so no reason to wait for that. Take a second to figure out where you are. I gotta be right there. Yeah, that guard check. Okay, I'm further southwest than I thought. Alright, so that's in good shape now, so we can throw that back on. I don't know how our shorts were already damaged. Must have been from the zombie fight. This is kind of silly to patch up starter clothes, but that's okay. We got somebody around here. Hello?
Hello?
Hello!
Goodbye.
Goodbye! Okay, I didn't know if that goodbye was for us or not. Goodbye like, you know, our life is going to end or not. Alright, so this is the double tracks. So we're down here. So the guard shack. Should have been right here on the left. That road's going to curve around the docks. Yeah, I'm like, I am where I think I am, but also not. So let's just go to the end of this road where it ends, and then we'll cross the tracks at that point. No, okay, I'm not where I think I am. That's really funny. Two tracks. I feel like it's in this field over here. No? A road here. So that goes that way. I'm so fixated on like where I think I am rather than just figuring it out. Okay, no big deal. Because this road to the power lines and then another railroad crossing. We'll figure it out. We'll wander a touch and then refigure it out. We are right back where where I was earlier. Okay. Let's give just a second here. Single railroad track. There was the bump out in the power lines, right? That was this area, wasn't it? Let me look that way. Yeah, we're at it right there. So we're back here. I don't think we went far enough. Alright, backtrack a bit. So we're back down the road. We hit the T in the road, we'll go right. And that'll be before the large amount of train tracks. So there's all the train tracks there. Take this road right. Run past the guard shack on the right. I think maybe we didn't even get down. That might have been where we just talked to our little buddy there, because I see the crane on the map also. Okay. Red food is obviously not the best. So that's guard shack on the left, and I think I mistook that for the guard shack. Yeah, that's not. That's why. What is this? I think that's just the it says police car wreck. Okay, past piano house. Guard shack on the right. We will check piano house. There we go, connection slightly better. I don't usually get the, well, the symbols wouldn't show, I suppose. Hello again! Oh, we're not being nice anymore, eh?
Oh, I thought you were a zombie. I thought you were a zombie.
No, no, no. Obviously, you've already looted this.
Do you got any food?
I don't, man. I'm grumbling right now.
Alright, well. I'm gonna get this stuff. I don't have any food.
See, and you don't have to always... Well, if you're going that way, I'll go the other way. Good luck to you, man. You don't always have to pick a fight. I kind of wanted to, but the baseball bat was a large deterrent. Since I'm starving anyway, it probably would have been a better move, but... And if we're heading further into industrial, we're definitely not going to come across anything. Let's take a right at the crane. I said I saw that earlier. Now I don't know where it is on the map. Oh yeah, okay. There's the guard check we've been talking about the whole time. Or is it... No, this is just garage. Okay. Yeah, we'll go for warmth since we're chilly. We do need to worry about... I've got a can. I've got 2 things on me. I totally forgot about it. I love pouches, but I just don't have the ability for them right now. Let's take a little hide here. Crack open the good stuff. Can hold down 1 for my steak knife and just crack it right open. That dude's like, you got any food? I'm like, nah, man. I'm starving. Oh, yeah, we'll do the sardines as well. Hopefully he doesn't roll up to the building and go, you said you didn't have it. That's absolutely what I would do. If I talk to somebody and they're like, do you have any food? And they're like, no, I don't have any food. And then you hear them eat food later. Be like, you said you didn't have any food. Put the baseball bat to the test. Yeah, but pouches I always hang on to, and then I never end up... I either have the vest that you can put pouches on, or you find the pouches and never find the vest. I forget which vest takes them. Okay, that's not going to be a long-term solution for us, though, obviously. Sardines especially are not the best. Really? At least he's got a cool hat, like smooshed over his... like pulled over his brain there. That's all you're gonna have, though, isn't it? Is your cool hat, yeah. Okay, now... Where'd our crane go? Past our crane on the right. Let's actually look at where we care to go here. We're crossing the railroad tracks. Let me zoom out a little bit. I think... There's the triple track. We'll take this down past the smokestack and then take the road on the right. It kind of goes into Cherno, so that's not going to be any better for stuff. But we'll hit the gas station right there real quick and then start heading inland. Maybe we'll go hit some houses at Novoselki. I think that's what we'll do. That's just the turn off. There shouldn't be anything. Just whip into this garage real quick, but... Hoodie, 15, a jumpsuit jacket's better than that. More concerned with storage, Christmas lights, than with warmth, especially on Chernarus. But, you know, always a consideration, especially if you know you're going to get wet for any reason. It's kind of funny that I don't care how much I get cut since we have like a million bandages. I say that, I didn't mean to get to cut twice there. Okay. Back on task. Yeah, so when this crosses the road, follow that off to the right. I'm surprised I could understand him so well. Usually when you're wearing the bike helmet, you just can't understand. Like the speech is so much quieter. But I am glad he didn't decide to take the baseball bat to us. Oh, the bridge. So I ran right under it and didn't even realize it. Look up at this road. Hopefully this police car crashes here. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, there's our little gas station there. So food is no longer an immediate priority. We've got the fishing rod also, so we can head inland. Yeah, we'll check that barn. A lot of times farms are the best spots for like the BK-18 and shotguns and things like that. I wouldn't be mad at acquiring a tool like we still have kind of been unable to, like a hatchet, something I can do some zombie schmacking with without wasting the durability on my knives. Because people be like, oh, don't ever go towards the gas pump. Somebody will shoot him and he'll die. And it's like, if somebody is sitting there camping the gas pumps just to shoot me as I walk by, like, if that's how they need to have their fun, then I'm glad that I could provide that. Because how long have you been standing, laying in the grass somewhere, staring at gas pumps? What's on that thing there? See, there's food there too. So I think cars get neglected a lot. It's not just on here thing. I see that quite often. People are afraid of a lot of things, like I have to do this or that so I don't die, and it's like, you're going to die. Just go about what you want to do, and if you die, you die. And it's like, you don't need to use that as the necessarily a learning point, like how people that never stand next to gas pumps. Okay, you died once when you stood next to a gas pump. That's kind of funny. Like, it's okay, move on. Alright, gas station. Let's go up to the farm like we said we'd do. Truth be told, I thought baseball bat guy was, when he was like, got right in our face, and that dude had way more to lose than we did. It's not that he was like geared or anything, but realistically, baseball bat and whatever that was, a sporter maybe or something, is obviously exponentially better stuff than we have. Stupid wellies. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised he got that close. Probably just figured that if there was going to be a fight, like he was going to win it, which he's probably correct. Okay, we're going to run down this road, hit the other farmhouse that's down here, and then go to the houses that are on the east side of Novoselki here. Just any weapon really at this point, even if it's a pistol, I'll take it. Just if we do come across a player who's just as standoffish but a little more bat swingy, trigger squeezy, that we can do something about it. Well, man, I'm so glad the wellies are all here. Here's what I think about these wellies. Why didn't you take those to your hands? Whew. It was a very strange delay. I don't know why my connection is doing some weird stuff on an official. Like I said, I think it's just that the icon doesn't show up on non-officials. Not that it's not like that on community servers. Okay. Start popping into these. Yeah, here's the traffic circle. And kind of just work up this road and head north. Yeah, the red makes sense there. It's very stuttery. Seeds. Don't care about seeds. That's very rough all of a sudden. No shortage of tarp. If you need tarp, it's everywhere. Don't need glasses. Same storage. I mean, they look so cool though. Oh my god, the green. Get rid of those. Yeah, so towards the apartments is north? Yeah? Where do we come off the traffic circle? This road. The traffic circle this way, so I'm heading west. Yeah, okay. Keep the statue homies on our left. Oops, sorry about that. Meant to mute before that happened to you. Tracksuit pants. Hiking pants. Okay. Keep heading up. Since my immediate needs are satisfied, water and food, I'm not really looking for anything in particular. Like, I'm not going to specify I'm only going to go in this house or that house. I've got a decent amount of empty storage, which I can ditch some things if I needed to get some more treasures. You know, like a CR is great. Sounds like someone's dead outside. So we'll see what's up with that. There's no mag in it. So we'll just kind of... No? Did you not like that? Can you drop it? Okay, you can drop it, but you can't put it here? What is going on? Official's weird, man. I don't really have these like weird delays and crazy lag spikes usually. Okay, let's go see what's going on with Flyman. We're definitely going to take school backpack because we have nothing of the sort right now. Colt damaged. BK. Somebody... Assault bag? What is happening? It's damaged, but that's fine. Drop our bag, take his bag. Why can I not... There we go. No, I don't want to drink his nasty canteen water. I think that was on a belt too, wasn't it? Yeah, hip pack, that's big. I don't care about his slugs. Ruined. This guy got messed up. He's wearing an armband, so his teammates didn't really help him out. Barbed a baseball bat. Sure, why not? Let's do some rearranging here. I don't like to take a bunch of guns. That's pristine, so we'll just keep that. I don't know why why you got an armband. So, you know, you're in a team. You're presumably relatively geared. And here you are in Spawn City. Getting all the good kills. I don't even need that for anything right at the moment, but for one space to power stuff later, what's going on? Sport point. Oh, okay. I can't put that on the BK, huh? I didn't even check if this had a shot in it. It does not. I don't have rounds for the sporter, but I will take the sport point just in case we come across something. Anytime I get these, I always test my blood. Not like it matters, but especially when you're not on a team. But isn't it important to know that we're O positive? Alright, continuing on. I'm going to be awfully risky and go check these two houses here. So 2 guns, no ammo. A crowbar would have been nice earlier. I don't really care to saw that off. If it was a shotgun, I would, but... Let me check those, yeah? We didn't check this. Nothing. No food in there. Capri pants. Some 6239, is that my BK? Man, yeah, it is. That's awesome. The delay on everything and like the weird lag stuff that's going on. I mean, that's reason for me enough not to not to play on this. It's okay. Didn't we have matches? The amount of band-aids we have is nuts. Okay, I thought it let you combine those. Badly damaged. We'll keep that. Yeah, we do. No, that's them. Okay. Rearrange a little bit as we stand in this house, extremely vulnerable, so 380 for later. That's in use, so I like to keep that up top. And matches that we can put in our head pack there. Okay. The ammo there was a big find. I did not expect that. Not to randomly find the ammo type that you, like, only ammo type you really care about finding. I'm glad to see there hasn't been like 5 bases that we've run into, because I assume that would be the other issue with officials, is everybody plopping bases down everywhere. Man, the connection is just garbage in comparison. I honestly can't believe it. When we die, I think what I'll do, I just realized what I did. I sorted by players. I went across the bridge, right? Yeah. I sorted by players, and then I didn't recheck for ping. I just went to highest player count. So I probably am in the wrong coast of server. So here I am blaming officials, but I think it's my server picking. So yeah, when we die, we'll sort that out so this footage isn't so jittery. Ski mask. I know it's an apocalypse, so you take what you can get. It's just funny how it's like, yeah, I'll put this ski mask with somebody else's blood all over my face. So I'm at the point now where unless an AK guy walks up, with like a plate carrier on and he says hello. I thought that was a burlap sack. I got excited for the backpack and then I remembered what backpack I've got. I'm no longer talking to people. I'm just far enough inland. If somebody says hello and I can't see them, like, yeah, I'm going to. Just because I'm not out for kills only or anything. But I've got a gun out. I'm far enough away from Spawn Beach that people don't know what I do or don't have. So it's already kind of like, hey, look at that guy, he's got a gun. I've got a 9-volt, and I don't need a 9-volt, but I'm taking a 9-volt. I do have the sport point for something eventually. These better boots? They are better boots. To ditch our cool shoes. These type of houses on the nightstand is always kind of where I seem to luck out with ammo the most, for some reason. Yeah, like that. That delay is definitely indicative of the server I chose. I'm half tempted. Yeah, like how long it's taken me to put guns away and stuff like that. I'm half tempted, just because nobody's around also, to just go ahead and kick over to a different server. We're a little less than halfway through the session. I think if you do happen to watch this later, like, maybe it was just ambient noises. I'm not sure what I heard there. Like, my run is not that doesn't show you. That's not like proof of concept of like, see how easy it is to get food. You know, this obviously could just be a super lucky run. So it's not even like, oh look, just do this. It's basically a how-to video. So I don't want to pretend like that's what happened, but at the same time, like, the point is, I assume, been made. You know, like, we could go in there next. I'd go find a military camp and try and find better guns and blah 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 blah. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see as I run up the road here what takes place. So where is that even talking about? Well, I mean, we'll go to the hunting camp at Stroitel up here. Yeah, that's the road up here. It's going to go to Dubovo. And past that is a hunting camp. We might as well just go up this other side of the hill here. That's the other thing that's nice about using iSurvive is you get kind of the terrain association with it. So you're locating stuff like this rather than worried about following roads exclusively. Yeah, we'll just kind of check these outliers. The little bus depot here. So I think this is all high rises. Looks like on the map anyway. Cars in the bus, just for some quick food really in here. We'll hope to get maybe a rifle at the hunting camp. Ooh, okay. There's another thing that connection is not doing us any favors. I've been playing Deadfall, and you start with disinfected rags rather than another sewing kit, rather than bandages. So how everybody's got bandages, I'm not used to healing up that fast. I was like, oh, I'm already done. I don't have time to drink that much water. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, okay. So, not even been looted, obviously, with cereal being a big find. Checking the shelves. I definitely don't want to take this little intro run either and be like, I don't know what you guys on Vanilla are talking about. It's so easy. Improvised hand wrapping. So I'm following somebody. But that's okay, because I've got nothing, so I'll take them. Yeah, we'll just hit up these two buses and this car, and then keep heading up the road. I don't particularly like to tab loot. I understand, like, it's more efficient. You'll potentially miss stuff if you don't. It just really, really breaks the immersion for me. And again, it's not that I'm trying to pretend like I'm actually here or anything. What is happening? It almost feels like somebody laid this stuff out, like in hopes that you would stop and look at it and then they could take a shot at you. That's kind of crazy. And the mag? Please be for a CZ. Yeah, IJ. I'll still take it. Okay, I was kind of hoping for a repeat on the other side there. That's kind of crazy. I don't know what I'm looking at for pants though. Crop hiking, worn medium, worn worst. Let's change those out. I usually like to organize, but in this case, since I'm not in the best spot, I'm kind of exposed to this entire area there. We can rearrange later. There's a big supermarket too. They're going to be like overflowing with food. Oh my god. Full, pristine cereals. It's Captain Crunch. We'll be full stomach here in a minute. It's like a suit jacket. Yep. It's like capri pants, denim skirt. Okay. So now we're solely concerned with better utensils of destruction. The food situation has been sorted for a bit. We can always, we've got the canteen now, so that will be easy to fill up on. Let's see, road splits, power lines, power lines. Yeah, we want to take those up. Where's those? I can just cross across the field, cross across, cut the corner off. And then where those turn right, just up the hill a little bit. Those will lead us right to the hill that the hunting camp is on. Hunting stand on that way too. We're already past where the feed stand is, so we won't get that, but yeah, we'll follow these right into the camp. It's okay now, I think, just because we're not in the city, but if the connection's, you know, it's gonna be an issue at some point. So if we hear shots that are even remotely close, we're gonna go ahead and run towards them too. Not that we think we can do anything with it, but just to kind of force a server swap sooner than later. I am kind of surprised I only really ran into all the bodies and the baseball bat dude. I kind of expected it to be quite a bit busier. I think I'll do hunting stand first, so we'll run up the hill here. This hunting camp is on that hill. Look at the very peak of this one is the hunting stand. One of the jokes on Reddit was, you know, DayZ is a walking simulator for the new folks to say, and like, sure, you know, it is, but it's nice. Like, they did a good job. Like, you don't feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. It's like I'm walking in the woods. Like, well, now you can't see it, but yeah, the ambient noises are cool. The lighting effects, for as dated as they are still like really good. Like, that's pretty awesome. Alright, let's get specific here. Should be at the very tippy top here. What's going to be really funny is if I went to the wrong peak, but I don't think so. I think we did okay. Yeah, there's our hunting stand. I don't know if there's treasures or not. We'll do some climbing and find out. There is not. Doop. That's okay. I'm not worried about that little shack. So with that shack there, we'll go cross back under the power lines, and then the next hill has the hunting camp on it. There is a little lake, little pond at the bottom of this one. Just fallen trees. We could fish. I mean, we've got space. But since I don't intend for this character to have like a very long life, I'm not too worried about it. And this should be the curve in the road with the hunting camp just past it. Looks like it. Yeah, because there's the power lines. I had a sign on it too. That's okay. Pretty sure we'll be right here. Thought she had something in her hand there. Yeah, there's a little clinic right here too. That's why she's paramedic. I hate when they go behind you, because I'm like, okay, they must be falling. Like that. We don't need a thermometer. If you get sick, you get sick. Okay, another one over there. EpiPen, this obviously has not been looted. Okay. Codeine. Rag, there has been somebody here. That was such a bad lag spike. I couldn't even like look. We'll take the star kit in case we find some saline or blood collection. What is this? What is this doing in here? We don't have any 308, but we're definitely taking that. I'm assuming, yeah, it's got nothing in it. And it's damaged, but... Oh, it's got one shot in it. Okay. That was very strange. That confused me so bad for a moment. I was like, what happened? Why is this... Alright, we'll start with the blaze shot and then we'll switch. Even though we can reload on the CZ. That's why I don't double click, because I hate when stuff doesn't stack when you take it. Tetra. I mean, this is kind of a crazy run, realistically. I'm a little blown away that I just found a blaze in a clinic. Like, what did the guys have that left that here, like super close to the spawn area? Oh, there's a well here. I didn't even realize. I don't have the map zoomed in well enough. Head torch. On Deadfall, I'd be very excited about that. Tourist map, don't care. I thought for sure... Yeah, okay, I was going to say, at least one of them was going to come in here. 90 minutes. We'll be done before then. That's no problem. I think maybe the delay, though, is actually helping us zombie-wise. More bandages. Okay. We'll just go on to the next one. She can come with us. Come on, lady. No? Yeah, like I said, I think there's, the lag has something to do with how they're reacting to me. I never tend to aim high enough to actually hit them in the head when I'm swinging stuff at them. There we go, now the connection's okay. Guy's got a sling bag on. What we got? Heat pack I don't care about. Is that 308? This is where I'm definitely going to tab in. 308. Absolutely insane. I don't think Sport Point goes on the blaze. I don't particularly want it to, but it does. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's... Okay, there we go. In garbage shape anyway, but frees up some space, if nothing else. You know what? I've got the space, so for now I'll take it. This is why I end up with no stamina. Gotta say, I don't know where he ended up. Yeah, because I hit 3, which is why I put the the blaze away. I would definitely be taking your burlap courier bag if we didn't have this bad boy. Actually, I still might take it. No, I won't. Damaged. Okay, we're in single. I wish I had shoulder space for that. I talked about sawing that off, or at least trying to. I think you can. That would have been nice. At least we have the hatchet. Hunter jacket. Medium and worn. Yeah, okay. It's kind of a no-brainer, especially for the color. Once again, we'll quick transfer and then figure this out later. More hand wrappings. Both damaged. So I'm following somebody, but I think it's been a bit. Because with improvised hand wrappings, but all this kind of like a blaze. I mean, I can't imagine the dudes were like, I don't need this blaze anymore. Let me take off my improvised hand wrappings. Okay, this is risky, and I usually like to hotbar it if I've got nothing else to do so. Another tourist map. Go full stomach, top it off. Where are we headed next? Might as well go into Mogilevka there. We'll hit that feed stand across the way. I didn't get full stomach either, so we're gonna have to do that one more time. One more risk. Okay. 3 fills at the well. In a desirable location. Nothing bad's ever happened with that, right? Okay, from the clinic, past these. If I'm thinking about the map right. Which actually, I don't think that's correct. I think it's that way. Yeah, absolutely it's that way. Pretty sure there was another zombie or two out here also. Yeah, there's the feed stand up there. Really? That's when you picked up on me. Alright, let's just get her down in the trees here. You coming? No? Okay. Yeah, connection seems to be a touch better. It's not doing the hard stutters, which is the big concern I had for viewing it, but okay, it's popping here. There, as I say it, it does it. We already have one, I'm not really going to take another. So that means that's their hard left. Doing really well. Honestly, I'd like to give this a shot again. Probably next weekend. I'll be playing Deadfall throughout the week, so it's not that saturDayZ gets spoiled by, you know, kind of only doing this, or that I'm going to get stuck not being able to play what I wanted to play instead. This has been fun. I mean, I would have preferred to get into a fight by now. Not that I always do within an hour, but on vanilla I expect it to be a little busier. I'm curious to check pop. I don't even know if I can do that since I didn't use DZSA while I'm in it. Let me go peek at that real quick. This is a terrible spot to do this, but I'm gonna... Yeah, this is where we'll come back and see a screen that says we're dead, but I'm just curious to check this. Okay, we're in that one. Oh yeah, it's on the wrong coast. That's why this is the way that it is. Let me search for it here. Okay, it's not full anymore. There's 48 people in it. But yeah, that's definitely my mistake. Just kind of hastily jumping in a server that I saw was full for the sake of kind of talking through everything. And because it's the wrong coast, also it's later, so, you know, people are kind of calling it a night already. That's okay. Gives us, what we'll do is at the end of this one here, what I wanted to do is do my first cannibal bit, because I've never done that before, but I don't know that we'll even encounter anybody. So what I'll probably do instead is just give it an F11. That's funny, I could have cut that whole corner off. I wasn't paying enough attention. Okay, so in Mogilevka, oh, now you're interested in me? I didn't know what was going on there. I think I heard the cut noise twice. Okay, let's grab a new bandage. Let's get in this shack, and then we're gonna figure out what's happening to our poor pig friend. Okay, we got a zombie on the road to the left of the road over there. Oh my goodness. You know what's really funny? I can't for the life of me remember what the babe. I couldn't remember what the pig's name is in Charlotte's Web. I was gonna say, leave some. They're flying over. They want that bacon so bad. Leave whoever alone, but I couldn't think of babe. Oh, DayZ. I probably should take a shot. The poor pigs. Yeah. You can go for the bacon too. Oh, okay. This is absolutely where I'm gonna get shot. How did you get that hit off? They just don't get stunned at all. They just keep coming. Sorry, buddy. It's so much more brutal looking, like a humanoid creature's just swiping at animals. Did it? No. Did it despawn? That's crazy. Wasn't it like right here? There's no way I would miss that. Well, I guess I better... There it is, okay. I was like, there's no way like a zombie kills it and seconds later it's gone. Cue the "you are dead" screen. What do we got? Oh, actually, a really good amount. Oh, they're coming back my way. I feel like, oh, you've... Okay, they got him finally. We'll say now you've given up the hunt. Sometimes I think the biggest problem, though, is that it doesn't register that I'm doing a heavy hit. Okay, you got nothing. You got just the backpack. Well... See, birds agree. Free dinner. A bunny out here? Oh my goodness. I don't even have room for all this. This is crazy. Okay, we didn't find anything for that. We'll ditch that. That's two more. Head pack is kind of how I want it. IJ mag, I can ditch. We'll do another one. Fat will ditch. Saline. I would keep the IV start bag and the saline, but it's damaged, but I'm going to keep it. Man, that's crazy. That's a good amount. there's a bunny around there somewhere. I don't know how. Yeah, there it is. Is he right there? Oh my god, I missed. I'm ranged to 200 also. I can't even like do anything with that. I kind of just want to draw some attention realistically. Hopefully get shot at. Okay, let's go for one of those. A couple zombies there. And cook this pork up. If nothing else, we'll draw some attention that way with a fire. 2 shots at a rabbit. How many of those shots I got left? I have 1 308. That's my last BK round. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if that's bait. It's not at me. This is what we were asking for, though. Don't know if it's gonna be in town or not. These zombies, wherever they were, past them, they didn't really seem to care. Yeah, there's one here in front of me. I don't really want to aggro it. It's definitely this way somewhere. Man, they're not even on anybody. 'Cause I feel like it was past these houses here. There's the hunting shop. Church. A bell tower, maybe? It's the correct direction. I wish I had more 308. I could do a double shot in the blaze, but just make sure nobody's coming in behind us. Okay, we have signs of life though. I feel like they're church bound. Be there and they're in the woods and I'm gonna get myself shot at. Yeah, 'cause like that runner right there is not had not run to the church. That one didn't either. I wonder if it's a lot further away than I think. Just hanging out for 1 second to listen while I get a sip of water here. Thought I had 2 left, I don't. I'm tempted to fire off the last BK shot. But I mean, all that does is announce my presence and not really do anything for theirs. Let's kind of get in here quick. Okay. Pretty sure you can't go in there, right? Yeah. Churches are usually a good place for food. Let's take a peek at where we are here exactly. Okay, got the church on the west end of town. It's all open field. Oh, you know what? It was the castle. The castle is that way, I think. Where is it? Might be a little further than I can see. That would make sense for direction, though. Either that or I'm about to get shot at. Yeah, I feel like it's this way-ish. Kind of following this line. So that's that hill. It should be in the distance here. Other side of the tree. That's too far away. I don't think it was there. I feel like it was like in this field. There it is. Yeah, there's the castle there. That's much further than those shots were. But now I kind of have to play out what little tree line I've got here. Otherwise I'm gonna get blasted myself. Yeah, we got a long run across this field to do. Let's go. I don't really stand much to gain from going to the castle, but I was kind of hoping to run into the shot guy. I think he shot twice because I shot twice. The lack of shots elsewhere in the area is kind of what I'm thinking was happened there. Was that dude heard 2 shots and he's also been looking for somebody to run into? Rabbit scared me. Humans don't generally make that noise. Thought the base of that tree was a human also. Okay. This is what? Is this the map? I think this is the map. Yeah, it should be on the other side here, right? Yeah, and this... Where is it? No? There it is. Okay, so that being said, this trail... That's that one, so we want this way. Yeah, I was gonna say there should be a couple houses right here. Jump in those, go up to the castle, and then I think after the castle, I think we'll call it a night. The oversight on my part for the connection is kind of the only thing that's going to stop us, potato, from continuing this life. Otherwise, it's been a good time. Interactions have been slightly lacking, but you know, it happens. Looks like an IJ in that cabinet there. Yeah, with the that rack back there, I should have picked up on that. I had no ammo in it. Definitely had no mag, so it's not like it mattered that much. That's pretty far. The other shots we heard were super close in comparison. Motorbike helmets. Okay. Let's head up to the castle. These bits, the gates that way. Yeah, it's not as far as I think. It's not that close though, that's for sure. We'll do, am I thinking about where that is right? Man, now I kind of want to just go there, but that's alright. We'll head up the castle here, potentially run into somebody, and they, you know, they might call an end to the night for us. It's really dumb to run past the castle for those. but it's got me curious. That's Vishnoi down there. Go around the corner. Ah, I won't be able to see. Let's go up in the tower. I almost feel like I can guarantee that there's going to be a base up there. I think this is actually one of the dumpier castles in terms of places to go. Maybe it's just grass texture. I don't know what I thought it was. Bandana. Like I'm in need one of those. I suppose the positioning of this is not great for base. I don't think there's anything up here anyway. Except a heat pack that we don't have space for. Okay. Yeah, there's Vishnoi. I don't see any zombies in there either, though. Is that one on the roof? That building closest to us, green roof. No. Okay, that's like the chimney or whatever. Right? Yeah. I feel like those shots were further. Maybe not, though. Same gun, multiple shots. Didn't hear any return fire, though, either. Okay, I wasn't sure from not being zoomed in that now that I know that's what it is, it's very obviously what it is, but the sign in the road there looked like something else. Oh, that's awful to look through. Alright, well, we have no other plans, so let's get on down there. Need to stay in the trees there. What's my orientation for that? Sun behind me to get to the trees. Okay. Let's take our pork and get rolling. Oh, that's a good way to fly off the side. The zombies and the chasing the pig is still cracking me up. Gas. That scared me so bad. That's got to be up at not dead stuff. Very limited time playing, but I still have not, like it's a thing you have to do. I've never gone into a gas zone on Cherno, so that's a goal to have as well. I know you can do it with the mask as long as you bring bandages with you, because the gas just cuts your exposed skin. And obviously if you inhale the gas, you get pox sickness after not that long of a time of inhaling it, but I just don't know how that works yet. Like, I don't like to look things up particularly like that. I did have to look up how to make a splint, since I broke my leg for the first time on Deadfall. And a little coincidence there on the name, I guess. The irony's not lost on me. And I didn't have the appropriate things to make a splint, so I kept I have rope. So I kept trying to combine it, and I'm like, well, obviously that's not it. This is incognito, right? Just roll it down Main Street. Oh, maybe it was a base raid? No. This is obviously older. It's the first base I've seen on here, though. Oh, Okay. Unstable connection. I suppose that's as good a time as any. 9 kilometers run. Well, I mean, the point of the run still stands. You know, we intended to show a start. We had a start. It's about the time I was going to call it for a night anyway, so that's not too bad. We can always pick this back up. What I'll likely do next Saturday, I don't even remember picking up a transceiver. Oh, it was on that guy's bag. What I'll do next Saturday is make sure I pay more than 8 seconds attention to where the server is. Let me actually get out of here so I'm not yelling over the music at you. And you know, it'll be a little stable, more stable connection, a little smoother and things like that. But that's fun. That's a good idea. I like to do that. I'll break it up between doing Deadfall and doing a fresh start every once in a while on Saturday. But since I do random streams throughout the week for things like Deadfall, maybe Saturday will always be a fresh start on Vanilla. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's you know, an hour and a half of me and how I play and get started and get going. We did get quite lucky. That's a very lucky run. I don't think that was the way that people talk about playing on Vanilla. Like, it's much more difficult than that. I got to get a sense that the population kind of waning off, which, let me check what it currently is at. It started with 60. It was 48 when we checked a little bit ago, and currently it's at 50. So I mean, it's not like it's a quiet server. It's nearly full, but it's not full. There's not a queue that's busting at the seams. Every time somebody dies, somebody else takes their place. So there is that. But yeah, it was a good time. Next time I'll pick one that's a little closer to home, so the ping's not so bad. It's not that bad. I think what was going on is there's 126 ping right there. Let me refresh one more time and see what it is. I play on Europe servers a lot, and those are 200 ping, and I don't have any issues with connection or you know, leading a player on a shot or anything like that. So who knows? I'm definitely gonna grab a clip of the zombies leapfrogging over the pig. I'm still chuckling about it. But anyway, yeah, this is a thing that we'll do. I'll keep the little goofy thumbnail here for fresh spawn and keep those runs going and talk through a little bit more about getting started and how to start your run. But realistically, as I look, I'll shout out over the music here. The music stopped. But as I look at our character, we got a BK, we got a good backpack, there's a hip pack with a canteen with fresh water, a blaze, like, I mean, I would say it's like approaching the end of starter, like the very early bits of mid-game is kind of where we already are. So with food sorted, I've got water. The next thing I would have been doing is looking to see what the next mill camp is that I could get into, which I'm kind of a million miles away from any. There is Green Mountain, which I know is not that big, but that probably would be, yeah, I'd probably go to Pulkovo and cook, and then head up to Green Mountain, hit some hunting stands on the way and stuff for a better scope and potentially more ammo. But yeah, no, it was a good time. Again, and like I chatted about in the beginning, if anybody happens to watch this later and you have questions, absolutely hit me up on Reddit. I'll be getting the Discord server ready, but until we get some folks coming through with it, there's no point in really putting a lot of effort in you guys to have a home to come hang out. This is that until then, whether it's on Twitch or on YouTube and you're watching this at a later time. I'm elderb. Take care.